I will respect the decisions of the umpires. I will praise a good effort despite the outcome of the game.
I trust in God.
I love my country.
And will respect its laws.
I will play fair.
I will play fair.
And strive to win.
And strive to win.
But win or lose.
But win or lose.
I will always
do my best. Play ball.
Little League International offers its sincere thanks and appreciation to the Uptown Music Collective of Williamsport and the Williamsport Community Arts Center for their collaboration, assistance, and support in the production of the following presentation of the Star Spangled Banner.
Oh, say, can you see? Broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming.
Hawaii puts up 8 runs in the 7th inning. Hits a combined no-hitter! A no-hitter for Gavin Weir! Smothered over there in second, flip it, got him, what a play! Oh, he robs him of a home run! The Hawaii defense does it again!
This is what it's all about.
Deep to right center, hits a granny for Thorning! Oh boy, forget it, that is smashed! Vogel slams this one, it's gone! Is strike 3 called? That ball is hammered to right field, his arms up, he knows where it's going!
These are the moments we live for. And they're just getting started.
Hope you're enjoying this championship Saturday at the Little League World Series. ABC's coverage of the Little League World Series presented by T-Mobile. And soon it will be Michigan and Hawaii on this beautiful Lamini Stadium baseball field. You've seen balls go over the hedges. You got a couple of guys today certainly capable of that on that side. Cameron Thorning on this side. Hawaii, Ryan Keanu. Winner of this one will take on Ohio. Ohio was beaten by this Michigan team in the championship game of the Mid-Lakes Regional. How about the play at third base? Alex Jones gloved it, and that led to this celebration. Otherwise, you're figuring a couple runs come in, and instead of a 5-2 game, it's 5-4, and we got action there. But they hang on and win it. And Ohio, who's acknowledged as successful a program as there has been in that state, they didn't have World Series real aspirations. Now all of a sudden things have gelled, and they're playing tomorrow at 3 Eastern time for the whole ball of wax. Hawaii and Michigan is still to come. Jessica Mendoza, Kyle Peterson, Julie Foudy shortly. Thanks very much for spending your Saturday with us. We know how valuable your time is, but Little League Baseball deserves a little piece of that. And man, these kids from Hawaii, Kyle, they have a rich history when they show up, like the 2018 Honolulu team. They don't leave until they decide, you know, we're kind of done here. They generally get to championship games.
Yeah, when they get here, they win.
Yeah.
And that's what they've done so far. This team from Hawaii, 3-0, they come in undefeated. Had to go extra innings to beat Nebraska, but besides that, it's been two pretty convincing games for Hawaii. And defensively, I mean, just pick a position wherever you want to go because they have shown it off. How about Kekoa Panala, shortstop, Zach Bagoyo, as big as a smile as you wanted after he made this play, but another one similar to it, and out in center field. Robin, a home run that would have made it a 2-1 game at that point. But really, it's been the Hawaii defense all the way around. And the pitching, Rob, they've thrown 19 innings so far in this Little League World Series. 16 strikeouts, 1 walk. They force the other team to beat them, and nobody's been able to do it so far. Offensively, that's been the story. Not necessarily home runs, just consistency up and down this Hawaii lineup.
Right. Now, say this, South Dakota hadn't given up much at all, and they lost earlier today. So Hawaii knows they're going to be tested again by a Michigan team that hit the ball all over the place. Zach Bagoyo was a defensive superstar, and Zach's in a unique position here. Julie Foudy explains why as she talks to Zach and his dad.
Thank you, Ravi. I am with Kevin and Zach Bagoyo, and you are, my understanding is, you are the first father-son combination to play in the Little League World Series. Kevin, you did it in 1988.
That's correct.
Zach, you're crushing it this year. How about that, Zach? Huh? How about Dad?
I thought it was cool that he came here before, so I always wanted to come here, and now I am here, finally.
What kind of advice, Kevin, did you give him?
You know, just to enjoy the moment
Yeah.
and the opportunity to, for me, that once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to have that back in '88 and now to experience it with my son is really special. And so I feel very fortunate, very blessed to have this opportunity.
And what a performance you all have been putting in here. Collective, team performance, great plays at second base. I know you've been doing defensively. So what should people know about this Hawaii team, Zach?
Our hitting is great. We don't make much errors in the defense, and our pitching, we have a solid pitching staff.
And you wash Swaggin really well, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Most importantly. Hey, good luck to both of you today.
Thank
Great
you.
to see you both here.
Just want to give a shout out to all our fans and all of our families supporting us back home. Thank you. Aloha.
Thank you.
Yeah, they are such a great group of people. The culture, the giving nature is fantastic. They'll be on the field today, and they will be the home team against Michigan. And when you think about Michigan, like this is a baseball group. Like they play as much as they can. They love each other. They like to compete. There's one guy that stands out, but 1 through 9 here, they'll hit.
Well, it's actually the guy that's on the mound, Cameron Thorning, but it's what he's done for the bat to help get them here. You won't find a better sweet left-handed swing than you'll see from Cameron Thorning. He's had 7 RBIs, 2 home runs, including a grand slam that he hit earlier this week. Just a 5 or 10 spot, Little League World Series, a bat flip. And you mentioned it, Carl. I mean, when we saw KP run us through the Hawaiian defensive reel, it's because Michigan hits the ball so hard. You look at versus Hawaii, they kept those bats silent, even though they hit it hard. Everyone else, are you kidding me? 449, almost 10 runs a game, 11 hits per game, and they can run the bases. This is a very strong Michigan team, and I'll tell you what, they are excited to play Hawaii again.
They sure are. They had 1 hit against Ryan Keanu Wednesday. I think we may get more than 1 today if we're Michigan. Michigan and Hawaii. First pitch is coming up when we come back.
The Little League World Series on ABC is presented by T-Mobile, the leader in 5G.
Welcome back, everyone. Detroit, Michigan, Motown. And exactly right. Also Eminem, made famous. Henry Ford, we know all about the automobile industry, and Taylor North of Little Leaguers. Thank Aaron Championship set to start. First time Michigan in the Little League World Series semifinal since 1982. Team from Michigan won it all back in 1959. They beat California then. The only loss, the only blemish, 2-0. And man, they came back against Texas and threw a 15 spot on the board. Will they stay hot? Michigan State, he goes Buckeyes. All right, so Micah Bennett going to try to pull a Ryan Keanu. Hike, yep. Fish, yep. Go to beach, check, check, check.
Works just fine. Basketball, tennis, likes the Beebs.
He's a believer.
Aren't we all? Lefty out there, 2 innings so far in this Little League World Series. 1 hit allowed, no walks, no strikeouts. And Hawaii in those 3 games has only used 3 arms. Micah Bennett being one of them.
The infield has been phenomenal. Eli Iopa at third. Kekoa Painal will be at short. Zach Pagoyo at second. Ryan Keanu, who was the pitcher in their first meeting, big fella at first. Chase Thompson, Kekoa's brother Pele, will be in center field. Cohen Sardina is in right. And Chasen Utake is behind the plate.
Hey, Lucas, let's go.
Cameron Thorning, his dad Rick is the manager. He said, we've known for a while now, playing in the granddaddy of them all was always the ultimate goal. The Little League World Series, the granddaddy of them all. Lucas Farner is the shortstop, and he will lead things off. He's made 22 swings. He's made contact on 20 of those.
You're going to see that a ton for this Michigan team. 88% contact rate.
That's crazy.
Perspective, Major League Baseball, the best, 76% across the board.
2 balls, no strikes. Michael Bennett, the left-hander working here. Outfield in left. Chase Thompson playing fairly shallow, and all these guys can hit it far. Farner, 5 for 13, 385 average. The wind is blowing in, actually, and then left to right.
We've talked about hitters selectively throughout this tournament that will not afraid to crowd the plate, not afraid to get on. Michigan across the board, all of them. Their toes are on that line. Maybe a little over.
A little bit over right there. A little bit, no bleeder. I gotta believe if I'm Michigan already, it feels different. Like Ryan Keanu, it just feels different. We don't have to deal with that stuff. And now we got a base runner here to start it on 4 pitches.
And they hit a lot of balls hard in that game. They just hit it right at people. I mean, the first inning, they had 2 rockets that were both out.
Make sure it's within the box, okay? Make sure it's in the box.
Gavin Hewlin, second baseman. His dad Guido, one of the coaches, along with Rick Thorning. And they will put pressure on a defense, too. So Farner's at first after a walk. 5 straight balls to start for Micah Bennett. Got Guido there looking on. They didn't have a base runner until the 5th inning. 5th inning last game against Hawaii. Here they are, already 1 on. There's that strike. And after winning their game, Ohio, a little quick break, a little snack. And here we go. We're going back down now to watch this one. We're going to scout a little bit. We're in a championship game tomorrow. How good is that? Quick! 1 ball, 2 strikes.
1-2. 1-2.
May very well have an all Great Lakes World Series championship. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Hewlin, the second baseman.
I got him, Chase.
Say this, and I know all the coaching staff do an incredible job. Rick Thorning down there he's a baseball rat, man. He's into everything. Meatballs, mowers, and mullets. I love you. Gavin Hewlin's got a side hustle, which involves
and a mullet.
Cutting lawns. A swing and a miss. He strikes out late on that one. And Micah Bennett bounces back with a strikeout.
He does. 4-pitch walk to start this one. First pitch out of the zone to Gavin Hewlin. Then he came back and found it. Fastball on the outside part of the plate to get it 2 strikes. Now elevates the fastball. Gavin Hewlin Can't hold up. First out of the game for the left-hander Micah Bennett's a strikeout.
Yep, here comes 23. Cam Thorning. He'll be pitching. He's got 2 home runs, 7 runs batted in. Little Bryce Harper action here as well. Bennett throws. That's gone right off the bat, right over the wall and right and into the hedges. That didn't take very long. 3rd home run of the series. Cam Thorning, 2-0 Michigan.
Let's go! Let's go!
First pitch. We've seen the big hitters in this turn. They don't want to wait. They want to get up the bat. We talked about Cam Thorning in the beginning of this. Sits back on this one, almost like he's waiting for it, looking for it. I mean, look at this swing. This isn't a 12-year-old swing. This plays at any level in baseball. And it's out of here the moment it hits the bat.
Now, that was an easy one to call because the noise was different. The elevation was certainly different.
We come back and hit. Right? You know your team's got you behind. Let's just come out and let's hit spot. Okay? Deep breath. We got you. Okay? We got you. Let's go, Chase.
Brandon Sardina, the manager, and of course his coaching staff, the message has always been delivered in a way that, yeah, heck, we could be down 5-0. We're going to feel okay about ourselves. Very reassuring. Rob Iopa, Kevin Begoyo, of course, the assistants. But some big noise from Michigan, jumping all over it. 2-0 here in the first. 1 down, and here's Jackson Surma. With that home run and the 2 RBIs, Thorning now atop the Little League World Series leaderboard in both categories. Surma right at the 3rd baseman. Easy play for Eli Iopa.
Some of them just sound different.
Yeah.
You don't even really have to look up to see. That one sounded different, and it looks different. It doesn't look like the swing of a 12-year-old. That is a great move to the baseball, and pretty happy Pops who gets to give him a high five on the way around 3rd base.
Next up, Jacob Firkus. He's the center fielder, having a terrific offensive Little League World Series. Looks at 1 down. Five for 9, 556 average, and a double. Signage is good today. Pitched a really good game the other day.
Time.
No ask
Here
for
we go.
time.
Right back in, please. What?
South Dakota. Get a bird's eye view of Lomedy. And this one on the ground is short. Charged beautifully. And Kekoa Pioneer is as good as there is. Shortstop throws to first. Head over to 3rd base. Of course, those that follow Major League Baseball remember the name Dane Sardina. That's his brother. And folks all over Hawaii watching this one. Begoyo to start. First pitch from Thorning. Strike number 1.
All right, so we've already seen him at the plate. Cam Thorning's thrown an inning in 2/3 in this Little League World Series. So that's 5 outs. But he struck out 6. 1 went to the backstop. So every out plus 1 that he's retired so far has been a strikeout.
Basically a foot taller on the mound than Zach, and roughly 70 pounds heavier. So a much bigger pitcher than we're seeing at the plate in Zach Begoyo, who's got 2 hits, 7 at-bats. A little high, and he's acknowledging it. 3 balls and a strike. So Hawaii has a plus 18 run differential, which is the best in the field. Michigan came in plus 16, and now that they've got the 2, that obviously changes. 12 different players have scored a run on this team. That one missed just away, and a walk. So just like Michigan started, leadoff walk here for Hawaii. And Chase Thompson comes to the plate. Really, with the exception of Keanu, it's not a team that will overwhelm you with size.
No, but they can skill it up.
Oh, yeah.
Top to bottom, they can skill it up.
That's in there for a strike. Chase is 5'4", weighs 130. Chauncey Atkins is in right field. He's a terrific player. He was inserted into the starting lineup last game after being, for the most part, a player that came off the bench, but always was a spark plug, always a kid that would jumpstart an offense, make a great play. So he's in right field now, and with these lefties, you got to be ready. Thompson fouled that away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Coach Thorning and his staff have done a phenomenal job of their pitchers. Every one of their pitchers is available today. Every one of them.
That's after fighting through the losers bracket. Like that doesn't happen.
Gavin Weir autograph on a Little League baseball. That one misses away.
3 balls, 2 strikes. 3-2.
God, and that's a big strikeout. Feels that way for Cam Thorning to just settle down.
With 3-2 to the first hitter, ends up with a leadoff walk. Now Chase Thompson comes up 3-2 again. This time got the fastball by him. Fastball right at 70 miles an hour for the right arm of Cam Thorning. That's now 7 strikeouts in this Little League World Series in 2 innings.
Hey, big guy, move your.
This is the first start that Thorning has made. He had not had a walk prior to today. He hit 2 batters, and Ryan Keanu, he starts him off speed. How about that? 0-2.
Back to back. That's the respect. I mean, Cam Thorning, we saw how big his bat was for Michigan. Ryan Keanu, the same for Hawaii.
That was impressive. Thorning, 2 off-speed pitches, climbed the ladder, and he picks up his 2nd strikeout. Keanu is gone.
That's pretty textbook right there. Go off speed to get ahead, then try to elevate the fastball. If he goes after it, great, because he probably can't do anything with it. It's just up and out of the zone. So after the leadoff walk, now back-to-back strikeouts for Cameron Thorning.
Kekoa Painal, shortstop. Swings the first one and fouls it off. Be interesting to see what Rick Thorning does with regards to Cam on the mound and others. Do we just win this game? Do we take him out after, his 20th? Because we have a lot of arms. That'll be interesting to see.
It feels like it's going to be his game.
That's out of play down the line and right. 0-2.
Out San Bern for about a week, then head on east.
Feeling the burn.
On a charter flight, nonetheless.
It helps.
From the burn.
That'll help.
Ha'a. Humility in Hawaiian is something they talk about. The humility, I mean, you try to kind of peg them down early. Okay, who are your best players? You're talking to the coaches. They will not pick one. They said it's about all of them. And even when they shine, they point to the rest of their teammates, helping them get there.
So Michael Bennett back on the bump, and a big Noah Boren, left fielder, got a hit here. 6-hole hitter for Michigan, leading 2-zip. First pitch is bounced in there by Bennett. Off 2-0. Kakea Patak-Young, who we saw make that home run robbing catch, has now moved back into center field. So he's got his robbery glove back on again. balls and a strike from Micah. You throw out the Keanu game versus Hawaii, then this team's batting average is almost .450. They score almost 10 runs a game. Fouls that right off himself.
They're aggressive. You don't see him take a lot of strikes.
Cohen Sardine out there playing with a butterfly, chasing it.
Friend out there.
Stop messing with me. Gotta focus.
That was like you and the Hornet last night, who seems to have just returned.
Yeah, that's my buddy.
Good timing.
That's on the corner, called strike 3. Noah Boren is gone. Sunday night baseball series finale. Yankees 13 games in a row they've won. They'll take on the A's at the Coliseum. Oakland trying to stick with the Red Sox in that wild card race. That's in Oakland. It's on ESPN. Deportes, the ESPN app. Coverage will start 6 Eastern Time. Baseball tonight, Sunday night countdown. Our championship game tomorrow, 3 o'clock.
On. All right, here we go. Right
Sunday
back in,
night
please.
baseball after baseball tonight. Sunday night countdown.
Play.
Good pitch there from Micah Bennett. This is Ethan Van Bell. He is largely considered the ace of this staff, although I'm wondering if Thorning is co-ace.
One out there's pretty good today.
Off speed on the ground. This guy charges and fields so well. Koa Painal just attacks the baseball.
And look at the movement through, too. I mean, it's one thing to field the ground ball, but then all the momentum's moving over towards first base. Keikoa Painal is in a perfect fielding position. This ball's hit hard, too. Watch this. Go down and get it. 2 shuffles, everything over to first base, and then a perfect strike for Ryan Keanu to handle. Starts deeper than any other shortstop that we've seen play in this tournament, too.
So 2 down. Here's Max LaForest. He's the first baseman, 2 for 11.
All right, here we go, man. Here we go.
Brian Henry, who's calling balls and strikes, encouraging him to stay in that box. So here we go with the first pitch to him, and he swings and misses. Looks down to his third base coach, Rick Thorning, who points to center field. Up the middle, that's where we're going here, Tito.
Micah Bennett settling in really well after the first inning, the home run and the walk that he gave up. I think these hitters, because they're on the plate so much, but now he's establishing the inside, then he goes to his off speed. It's allowing him to do what he needs to do.
Ball.
A really good one in this at bat, because you see the toes on the line. He just got right in that kitchen, a strike. Look at, I mean, there's not a lot of space there, Rav.
Yeah.
If you're thinking of where you can be a strike versus where you're going to hit the batter, if you draw a line from his hands down.
The 1-2 to LaForest, and this is a slow roller, Eli Iopa. He throws across the diamond for the quick out. A 1-2-3 inning. This presentation of Little League World Series continues after this message and a word from our ABCs. That's gone right off the bat, right over the wall and right and into the hedges. That didn't take very long.
Let's go! Let's go!
That was Cam Thorning at the plate, and then of course he went onto the mound and he struck out Thompson, Keanu, and Painal after giving up a leadoff walk. So by his dad to breathe a little bit. His dad's been offering all sorts of encouragement. So has his mom, Bridget, and that's who Julie's with.
I am with Cam's mom, Bridget, and with that third home run, I don't know if you know this, Bridget, he leads the Little League World Series in home runs and RBIs. He's crushing it on the mound. How much fun are we having?
So much fun. This is incredible. The most amazing experience.
I know you said earlier, too, that he hasn't been able to pitch much coming into this Little League World Series. What's the backstory on that?
He's had some shoulder issues, nothing major. We've had it x-rayed, MRIs, everything. Everything's fine. Just some inflammation. Got it out.
Just got the first out. You said everything is fine. It's been x-rayed. Everything's okay.
Everything's okay. Yeah. Just some inflammation, so he's good.
Can we talk about the mustache? I mean, I have a 12-year-old. There is no mustache. Let's talk.
So the mustache started coming in about a year ago. I know we've been reading all of the comments online, on Facebook, everywhere, calling him Mustachio Man, and he is 12. He doesn't turn 13 until November. So, yeah, I mean, he said he was going to keep it for intimidation factor.
It clearly is working. In pregame, I said, Cam, I like your mustache. And he's like, yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Mustachio Man from here on out. Thanks, Bridget.
Thank you, Julie, very much. Bridget, a loan officer. Rick, the manager's a corrections officer. You got an older brother, Andrew, who is 16. Slept a little bit on that one. The goal, obviously, let's win a Little League World Series, but this team is likely going to stay together so that the junior series, which takes place in Taylor, Michigan, they want to play in that. On the left side of the infield so far. Yeah. Farner with a great throw at short, and now Surma at third base.
Kind of pick an infield on this one. It doesn't matter whether it's Hawaii or whether it's Michigan. If you hit it on the ground, it's a pretty good chance they're going to throw you out of front.
Really impressed with Lucas Farner's arm as he fielded that ball fairly deep in the hole at shortstop to get Micah Bennett at first. So weak contact on the first two. And now Pele Payanal with Firkus in center field, moving over to left. Anticipating perhaps the ball going the other way. Oh, ball one. Pele and Keikoa brothers. He gets set, and that's a little high, 2-0. And as soon as Cam is ready, he better be ready, because Payanal looks like as soon as he's got that foot down, he's getting a pitch at him. A little off speed, 2-1. Which is great. Thorning is working quickly.
In fact, he doesn't even turn his back on the hitter. He catches the ball. It's one step back of the mound. Let's go.
Oh. Dad just came out to the top step to look up to the scoreboard to see how many pitches have been thrown. The bad news is the scoreboard wasn't currently working. This is where the pitch count for Michigan would be. It shows Hawaii with 26 and a hashtag under the Michigan sign. Hashtag how many pitches have we thrown? They know the answer. It's 2-0 through 2.
My name is Gavin Nealon.
What are you into? Are you a big music guy?
No, I cut lawns in my spare time.
You cut lawns in your spare time?
I use a 30-inch walk-behind Toro time cutter, Time Master. I got 10 lawns a week for about $35 to $40 a lawn. I like that cash.
That a kid.
35 to 40, 10 lawns a week. We're $350 to $4 billion. That's right. That's a big boy mower too.
Yeah,
we love that.
30-inch walk behind Toro. He's rocking 2 blades at 12 years old now. That's not messing around.
Sign me up. Sign me up. That's a good swing. Chauncey Atkins, the number 9 hitter. The right fielder. Get a couple of hits here. If he puts one on the ground, we've seen this already. If he sends this one towards short, wheels.
Look at him look at the corners, too.
Finds another gear.
Don't be afraid to lay down a drag. Always checks out his corners. Where are you at?
He went fishing on that one, and it's now no balls. 2 strikes.
He had the only hit against Hawaii in their loss. Yep. Came in off the bench. Now he hasn't left. He's been a starter now in right field.
Bennett looked good there as he strikes out Atkins. And there is one down. Third strikeout from Micah Bennett, the lefty from Hawaii. You want to play Little League? It is simple. Visit playlittleleague.org, enter your address to find a Little League program near you. That's it. And in spite of the pandemic, the numbers of kids playing Little League was not at all dramatically impacted. You figure a lot of the folks are happy to have their kids just get outside. And baseball is one of those. We're fairly spread out. You can play the game. Next year again, we talked about an expanded Little League World Series with more teams coming. Different regions, a couple of them have been established. Lucas Farner, 1-0, and that ball is ripped to right. Sardina can't get it, and this one goes to the wall. Let's watch Lucas run. He'll head to third. He stumbles a little around second. A stand-up triple
Make him throw it. Go,
for
go.
Lucas Farner.
Hey, you see that? You put your head down and go. Make him throw that ball, right? Let's go. Hey, he's right there. He's right there.
Rope down the line. See, it continued to tail. Otherwise, Sardinia, he had such a great jump on this, but it runs towards the line, finds its spot on the wall. Nice job hitting the cut, and a stand-up triple. A little round piece at the end.
And now Gavin Hewlin, who is our lawnmower guy. Julie?
Hey, I found Gavin's mom, Nicole. We got to get an update on the side hustle because I know it's been a long time that he hasn't been home with the business. How's the side hustle going?
It's going good. I don't think he's thinking about that right now. All he's thinking about is bringing Lucas home.
How's Grandpa? Because I know Grandpa took over the business for him.
He's doing good. He's supposed to come here today for tomorrow's game. We've already talked about that.
Really?
So, yeah.
The business can survive for a day, Ravi. It's okay.
Yes, absolutely.
Right? He's got his business card.
All his customers are cheering him on. Our whole neighborhood
love
is absolutely fabulous, and they were cheering Gavin on.
Well, and Grandma has made it to every single game, and Gavin gave her a shout out as well. So you got the whole family in on this. I love
We're
it.
about to have the whole family here. Thank you, Julie, and thank you to Mom Nicole. She's focused. Guido down there on the sideline watching his son. The infield for Hawaii is playing in. Cam Thorning, the home run hitter, is on deck. 0-2. Gone. Hewlin strikes out for the second time as he goes high and tight. 4 punch-outs for Micah Bennett. So now what do you do with this kid coming up? He's been the most prolific power hitter at the Little League World Series, and that was his first at bat. It took no time to get out over the hedges and right. Now you got a whole group starting to move towards that spot because they know who's coming up. So we're gathering there. His last 2 swings have resulted in home runs. How will Bennett pitch to him? Set up outside. That's where he goes. That's a good pitch. Called strike 1.
I think that's where they're going to live, too. He's going to beat him here. He's going to have to beat him ideally handling something that is either on the outside black or even off the plate away. Climbing all the way on top. Now it looks like they're coming in.
He fouls that one off. Classic scene out there beyond the hedges on the hill. And there's not a whole bunch of people here, but they recognize who's up. And they all got off their cardboard and their towels just to stand there just in case another one comes either to right center or right down the line. Right. We got our gloves on.
No one's hit more home runs here than Cam Thornton.
That's right. 0-2. Good spot.
Okay, we've talked about Pionol shortstop, how deep he is, but watch how he's going to go into like left center. I mean, he just keeps going back. We've seen him a couple feet into the grass, but he's now a good 5-6 feet back. That's some serious respect.
All right, here we go, man. Right back in, please.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Trying to disrupt the rhythm of Bennett on the mound. They have called timeout a lot. Now they're coming in and up. Be careful, and that's a little too high. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
And they're being careful, but they're also pitching to him.
Yep.
I love it. This is a lot about Micah Bennett, too.
Outfield certainly in center and right on the warning track. And that's foul. And it's also off of his buddy Collie Harris, who's down there at first base. Thankfully, it wasn't hit very hard.
Tell that to Collie.
Exactly.
Oh.
Breathe through it. Breathe through it, Collie. Yeah, so Coach Thorning said, you want to check, make sure he's okay. We'll send someone.
But everybody else in that dugout's like, I don't want to go over there.
We'll check with the trainer, all right?
No.
Five 5'8", 141 pounds. Cameron Thorning, 3 homers here in Williamsport. I like it. Micah Bennett is going after him. Ohio State Buckeye fan. His grandfather's a big Michigan guy, but his dad said Ohio State, so he stuck with that. 2-2. Good take. Close pitch. The Hawaii kids were all hoping for a called strike 3. Didn't get it. Eighth pitch of the at-bat. That's high and a good at-bat.
Yeah.
Really on both sides.
Agreed. Thinking the exact same thing.
Don't be surprised to see Thorning try to draw a throw from Christian Uitake behind home plate. Got a runner at third, Farner with good speed, and now Thorning at first. Jackson Cernup lined out to the third baseman his first time up. Chased one there.
He was ready to be the hero with that one. He had 3 doubles in his last game. Leading Little League World Series in extra base hits, 4.
There are 2 down, so if you got a chance, you can throw down and try to get Thorning if he's intent on stealing. He can't leave until the ball crosses home plate. That is a swing. And now it's 0-2. You got to go back up top, don't you, Kyle?
Yeah, after those 2, I think you got to make the big Serm prove to you that he can hold up on that fastball just out of the zone.
Bennett ready on that right side with an outside pitch. That's high. He's going to go, and there is no throw. So they elect to allow him to steal second base.
Hey, 2 down. Let's go.
Jason Uitake did not throw down, and now Serma with a single. Likely to play 2, given Thorning's speed. Swinging at that high pitch, but with 2 strikes, you got to protect 2. These kids have been playing together for a long time. Coach Thorning knew when they were about 7. We got a chance here. A lot of them have older brothers that have played. Off speed, too high. Jackson's got a 20-year-old brother, Zane. He also plays a lot of soccer. Not an easy kid to go around. 5'3", 130. He's a middle back on the soccer field. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2-0 lead. And that's pulled foul.
Just waiting for that fastball up out of the strike zone. Elevated. The first 2 that Serma swung at, missed.
A .371 batting average, best in the tournament. 13-1. Last 14 games, Michigan. Another 2-2. That's high. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Micah Bennett just threw his 50th pitch here in the 3rd inning with 2 down.
That's a good take. As far out of the zone as that was, Rav.
Jackson,
you saw him check his swing too. He wanted to go for it, and he held up.
Got him. And that's a big strikeout for Bennett with runners at 2nd and 3rd. Time to get through an inning with Thorning at the plate, and no runs come in. You got to feel pretty good. Micah Bennett's punched out 5. Bottom 3 coming up at the Little League World Series. Welcome back. ABC's coverage of the Little League World Series presented by T-Mobile. Ravitch, Foudy, Peterson, Mendoza. And the hill's starting to get a little slicker. Look out, we got an incoming one. We got to clear the track. It's 2-0 Michigan leading Hawaii here. Earlier today, Ohio came in 4-1. They took care of South Dakota. Game-saving play perhaps there by the third baseman of Ohio. It was Maddox Jones. They had him loaded. They had a chance to move within a run. They trailed big time and came back in the last inning. They scored 1 and they left him loaded. South Dakota a game effort, but Ohio scored 4 in the second. Maddox Munson pitched a very good game, and it's going to be Ohio who has now played 4 straight elimination games and won them all. Playing in the Little League World Series Championship tomorrow against the winner of this one. First pitch, strike number 1. So it looks like Thorning wasn't taken out prior to him throwing pitch number 21. He's at 31 now, is in this game
baseball
for as long as they want him. So far the opposite of the first meeting, these two teams, where Hawaii beat them 2-0. Big swing, fouled out of play. Jason Uitake.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Play.
Slow roller, cut off at third, bobbled at third. Safe at first. Jackson Surma did a good job. He kept that glove down on the ground, but it hit off of it, and they got a runner on.
Had it in the right spot. Glove in the right spot. All the momentum was taken over to first. Just couldn't quite catch it in the middle. So since the leadoff walk to Zach Bagoyu, that's the first base runner for Hawaii. They get the leadoff man on here in the third.
Cohen Sardina's the right fielder. There are 5 substitute players for Hawaii. And that's a strike. A wake-up call for Surma down there at third base. He was playing fairly deep, and when Sardina squared, he charged in. Then he looked at his bench, and they were reminding him 9-hitter may bunt. Oh, that's just on the outside corner, according to home plate umpire Brian Henry, and now 0-2. Manager Brandon down there at third base. That's better. That's right over the corner. Sardina strikes out. 5 punch-outs now for Cameron Thorning.
Time just stayed fastball. Fastball, fastball, fastball. Stuck them all right on the outside part of the plate. Now Zach Bagoyu gets a look at it for the second time.
Zach walked his first time up. Cameron now pounding the strike zone. That's back up the middle. Thorning had it, got time. Nice play. That was hit really hard right back at him. He got in front of it, and he's able to get Bagoyu at first.
Bagoyu with some quick hands too, because this was coming in. Reacts quickly, and Thorning using his body. I mean, really just knocking it down with his chest. Picking it back up. It was hit so hard, he had plenty of time.
Oh. Did not miss by much. And here's Kaikea Patak-Young. He did not start today. That's ripped. That's into right field. That's going to get down. Rounding third and coming home and scoring the first run for Hawaii. On a Patak-Young RBI single. Jason Uitake. It's 2-1.
Patak-Young, first at bat, first pitch that he's seen in this game, comes out aggressive on a pitch that's elevated, meets it. Line drive right into right field, and the wheels coming around. Uitake.
And now Ryan Keanu. This is the number 3 hitter. He's 3-for-12 home run. He got a couple of doubles, and he swings and fouls that one straight back. He is the kid that pitched that great game against Michigan in their first meeting. One hit Michigan. The 1-1 with 2 down. He rolls that foul, and a effort over there by one of the coaches to snare it. Deflects it right into the camera well. That's Rick Thorning. Stevie looking for it.
He's got it.
1-2. That's way high. You take it now. Keanu was late on that one from Thorning. He has struck out for the second time. He'll go back to the bench with his bat. We'll go to break. In a 2-1 game as Hawaii gets on the board thanks to a Patak Young RBI. This presentation of Little League World Series continues after this message and a word from our ABC stations. Familiar sound, the college football by the Fighting Chip Kellys of UCLA. Back here, Akea Patak Young is now going to take over on the mound. So another lefty. Looks like our guy from earlier today. It's the Mad Dog.
He's the Mad Dog.
He's ready to roll it down there. That's how we celebrate a win.
Here we go, man. Here we
Tom
go.
Seaver Championship. We're going to go roll down.
Play.
We'll start with Jacob Furcus. He's the cleanup hitter for Michigan. That first pitch misses away. So you go from Michael Bennett to Patak Young. How different a look is this? Is it at all different?
Maybe a little bit. I mean, both left-handed.
Similar size.
Yeah. See if the stuff is any different.
Stay here, stay here. All right, here we go. All right, here we go, man. Play.
Jacob hit a ground ball to the vacuum over there at shortstop, Keikoa Painal. His first time up. This time to second. Just well played by Pagoyo, and there is one down. Fauster.
Ravi, we are with Patrick Murray's mom, Ina. And Ina, most parents don't get to talk about one son coming to the Little League World Series. You've been able to talk about two sons making it to the Little League World Series. Chandler, your older son, was with the 2018 team that won it with Honolulu. Tell us why, though. You couldn't be at that tournament.
Oh, okay. So 2018, I was going through cancer, and I was just ending my chemo session. So I got to watch Chandler on TV instead, you know. But this time I get to be here with Patrick. It was such a blessing.
You get to be here in person, and how are you doing?
How am I doing? I'm doing great. This is exciting, you know. The anticipation, the nervousness, and just waiting for the next game, and then being here and cheering for Patrick is just very awesome. It's just, I'm honored to be here.
As you know, Cindy Sardina has been going through breast cancer. What advice have you been giving her?
I've been telling her to rest a lot, let other mothers chip in and do, you know, help out with running the team. But she continues to be so strong, and she's the light, the force that runs all of us, you know.
Well, thank you for sharing your story. I'm so pleased that both sons get their moms here with them.
Yes, thank you.
Enjoy the tournament.
Mahalo. Thank you.
There's Cindy, who is sharing her spirit and being described as the light of this team. And her spirit does radiate. We had an interview with her earlier this week. Just amazing how she deflects all the attention away from her and onto the people that are helping her out. Wonderful, wonderful people. Jason Schufelt got a 2-2 count. Base is empty, one down, top of the fourth. This one on the ground. How about that charge? Every time that ball, because of the way that Painal approaches it, seems to take the right hop form.
Because that first step, the first step just sets everything up as to whether or not you charge way back, ultimately trying to either get the short hop or the big hop. He recognized it, got himself that short hop. Made what could have been a tough play a lot easier.
Ethan Van Bell bats, and a little slow one that's in there for a strike. So we're
Kate.
seeing a little
I got you.
velocity and a breaking pitch now off speed from Patak Young. If Michigan wins, there's a very good chance it'll be Ethan Van Bell on the mound tomorrow against Ohio in a championship game.
Oh. Back his feet up, please.
Ethan Van Bell, back those feet up. You've seen these Michigan hitters not only on the line, but Van Bell, he's out of the box on the plate. What I love about Patak Young now, so with Micah Bennett earlier, is they'll still go in there. That's not easy. Look at the room, very little.
Play. Plate umpire continues to remind him you got to back up. Be interesting if he were to get hit by a pitch, what the reaction would be of the umpire. Van Bell's gone, a 1-2-3 inning. On relief, Kaikea Patak Young. We got ourselves a ball game here. Michigan 2, Hawaii coming to the plate, bottom 4. And Maddox Munson is off, and down the hill we roll at the Little League World Series. How good has Hawaii been at the Little League World Series? They had not lost a game prior to the semifinals in their last 3 trips. So they've never faced elimination games in 18, 19, and 2021. 9-0 over those 3 years with a plus 47 run differential. There's a chance we're going to have 2 teams that have played elimination games in Ohio and Michigan in a championship tomorrow. This inning starts with a ball hit into left center field. Keikoa Painal gets things going with a single. And he's hitting 600 here at the Little League World Series. 6 for 10.
I love these swings. I just love how smooth they are, the aggressiveness on first pitch. But look at how close his hands are to his body. I mean, this pitch is not a strike. He gets barrel on it. I mean, this is textbook of what you want to do. Tight swing to get to that, smooth through it. We've seen this both sides, both these teams.
Cade Nakama. Breaking pitch, that's a little high. Aggressive lead over there by the shortstop, Painal. So Cade Nakama looks for his first hit here at the Little League World Series. Swings a little wildly at one outside the zone. It's a ball and a strike. No leading at the Little League World Series. Base runner's going to stay on the bases as we get set for the 1-1. Swings at another one wild. That one got by Van Bell behind the plate. Painal in a scoring position. He would be the tying run down there at second base. And now behind 1 and 2. Nakama just wants to get this thing to the right side and get that run to the third. It's just high.
And watch him stay open with that front foot, literally just trying to push the ball with his backside to the right side. That front foot kind of just stays open.
2-2 instead. That is just foul. Real close play, just foul. Jackson Surma went down hard in an effort to make sure it didn't get by him, but watch how close.
This is fair kick for a while.
Yeah.
Fair. Yeah, that last caught a seam on the dirt, kicked it foul, but it was close.
Play. 2-2. Got him. Went back to that fastball. Picks up strikeout number 7.
That fastball works out okay. His eyes stay right on the catcher. He simplifies his dad on his way out. Had a chat.
How you feeling? Tightening up?
It's pretty bad, yeah.
Okay, all right, give me the ball. Hey,
I try to finish.
If it's pretty bad, it's up to you, kid. Are you good? I don't want to do that. We're good, let's go. You did a great job. Hey, listen, you did a great job, man. You're good, okay? Listen, go to center field and get Ferguson here, okay? Let's go.
He talked about that shoulder issue. His mom brought it up, and maybe it's tightening up on him. How about that? He walks out to center, and Painal shakes his hand. We'll have a pitching change and back to the World Series after this.
3 pitches, all strikes. They got a 4-seam grip. 4-seam fastball just throws right through it, kind of a low 3/4 arm angle. Stays at the top of the zone. 3-pitch strikeout to start Jacob Ferguson's day on the mound.
Patrick Murray is going to be the next to hit for Hawaii. 6-inning games. We are in the bottom of the 4th. It's Michigan 2, Hawaii 1. Both teams have now used 2 pitchers. Tying run is at second base. Keikoa Paino.
All right, here we go, man. Here we go.
Oh, high, ball 1. To Patrick Murray. Okay, I see what we did there. Firkus to Firkus. Yep, I saw that. Everybody's a producer. Dylan, cameraman, came up with that concept. We all produce. One ball, 2 strikes. Say this about Michigan pitchers. They do work quickly. Saw it with Thorning. We're seeing it again with Firkus.
Shoulder's bugging him.
Yeah, it is. 1-2. Popped up. Shortstop Farner. Under it. Easy play. They will strand a runner. And we will go to the 5th inning. 2-1. Michigan leading Hawaii. Oh boy. When in Rome, when in Williamsport. This happened on Wednesday. Milana Iopa showed Julie how to blow a balloon up with her nostril.
Oh, yes. I found Ileana again, and she did crush me on Wednesday. But before we get to balloons, Ileana, you made me some bling.
Yeah.
Look at this. Spin it for him. Show him what you made me. Huh? A little home run chain? Hey, but you know, I think you and I are crushing Little League World Series, don't you think? We can't have all the fun, so I think we should make a competition for them. Can you teach them how to blow it up with their nose?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay, so first you put the balloon like this, and then you just close your other nose, and then you just blow air.
And then you blow. All right, let's see. Oh, they're going. You can critique them, Ileana. What do you think? Well,
does that count?
Oh, Jess is strong. What do you think about Ravitch on the right?
Here we go, guys.
Struggling a little bit. KP, do you see anything on the left?
Yeah.
You do? I don't see it.
Oh.
Winning.
Career enders.
Who won? Who won? Who would you say?
Carl.
Jessica.
What?
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Girls are always crushing boys.
Go and hold yours up.
Jessica with the win. Boom. Look at it. Nothing.
You got a little
It
bit.
flew away.
I'm gonna go and keep this right.
Left field and a few steps to his right. Attaboy Cohen, way to get us back focused on the game.
Ileana, thank you, girl. The skill set I never knew.
No, because you practiced it during the commercial.
Right,
You
that
were
doesn't
a
count.
disaster.
That
Did
doesn't.
you
That should not count.
Practice? Did you
No.
not practice?
No,
you did.
I kept the integrity of the game. That's what I did. And you didn't.
That's what you do.
All right, here we go, guys. We're going to play. Here we go. Right back in.
Kale Harris bats now.
Oh.
Just misses off the plate. So a tight game, 2-1, Michigan leading 5th inning. Ohio won earlier. As Harris bats for Chauncey Atkins with 1 down. So the good news is Colley's okay. Remember, he was down there at first base in the coach's box when Cam Thorning hit one down there, and it hit right off him, so he was attended to by the trainer. And the big fella is back in the game. 1-1. Check out our guy here. When Cam Thorning bounced one over there. I'm not
Got
doing
him right
it.
off the ankle.
It hurt a little bit.
Yeah.
Didn't really bounce. We brought big KH in, got him checked, and now he's up here. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Oh, misses away. Attaboy. known for his crazy determination. Whatever Collie puts his mind to, he tends to succeed. His mom's a lab supervisor. His dad is a delivery truck driver. Kiri, Nico, Destiny, Charles, Brandon, big family. 2-2. Right back up the middle, that a boy. Collie Harris is aboard with a single, and the family's gonna love that for sure. There you go.
Put his mind to hitting. That's really what put his mind to there.
Watch his half swing. Like literally, just get to contact. That's exactly what he does, and he's done.
Yeah.
Beautiful. 2 strikes, just go down and out off the bench. Mama, yes.
So 1 down, that's the 9-hitter. There may be a big hit in this game. Instead of 2 outs, nobody on, and now you're back to the top of the order. Circle the Collie Harris plate appearance and see if it leads to something bigger. Lucas Farner. That's outside, ball 1.
This is where I get back to. Michigan, the highest contact team here in the tournament. Contact, when we see so much less of it at the even major league level, that's an example. Put the ball in play, something's gonna happen.
The great rule Little League now has, as a substitute player, once you get on base for the first time, you can't be run for. So Collie's gonna have to sprint around the bases, as he should. Farner a walk and a triple. And this one to right, good jump on it. Nakama is there. He hit it well, but there were 2 down. And here comes Gavin Hewlin, who was struck out twice. And of course, Cam Thorning is up after Hewlin. Kikeya Patak Young on the mound really would like to not have to face Thorning with 2 on.
Stay here, stay here, stay here.
Strike 1. Encouraging Gavin Hewlin not to leave the batter's box a long time.
I think he was trying to call time.
Yeah. Nope, 3 M's. Loves his mother's meatballs. That's outside. Got a little mullet working. He's got a great, more so, he's got a great personality.
Yeah.
And he likes the cash.
Side hustle.
Back that front foot up. There you go.
We got 2 strikes on Gavin Hewlin, who came in 3 for 11, hitting 273 in the 2-hole. Once again, you look at the shortstop, he is 5 feet into the outfield grass. Will charge if the ball's put in play to him. Instead, it's towards the screen and just off the top of it down the first baseline.
Patrick Young's got this nice little off speed. It just kind of backdoors all these righties, comes around the plate really. Really pitch it's tough to hit for these right-handed batters.
A 1 ball, 2 strike pitch. 2 inside, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
There it was there, trying to wrap it around his feet. And back door with a breaking ball. That time tried to wrap it around his feet for the swing and miss.
Bottom of the 5th inning, Hawaii will have 8, 9, then the top of the order. So in order to win this game, Michigan's going to have to deal with the big bats of Hawaii. Good spoil there by Hewlin. Stay alive. Well, the Michiganders, like Ohio and the Reds, having a good year. Detroit, by all accounts, A.J. Hinch and company got a good young team.
Yeah.
Reason for optimism for baseball fans in Michigan. This one is to right, taking a few steps back, and now Nakama is underneath it. They will strand 1. Thorning will have to wait to the 6th. 8, 9, top of the order. Hawaii needs 1 to tie as we go to the bottom of the.
Thanks, Mom and Dad, for always supporting me.
Thank you for supporting me and giving me this opportunity to play out here in the Little League World Series.
Thank you, Mom and Dad, for bringing me here and letting me do this and helping me along the way.
They helped me be
a respectful kid. I love them, and I wish you could be here, and thank you for all your support.
Well done, boys. Little League also wants to extend a special thank you to its official sponsors, Ballpark Buns and Rolls and New Era Cap. They help maintain the strength and leadership of the Little League program. Little League also wants to thank the dedicated volunteers who make the program a special experience for the millions of children who play it. All right, Ferkus still on the mound. He's thrown 8 pitches now. And again, Michigan came into today with every one of the pitchers that they've used at the Little League World Series. And that's 6 of them available. As Thorning, who started, continues to loosen that shoulder of his out in center field. He's actually calling balls and strikes from center field as well. He thought that should have been a strike. Kumau Posse, one of the substitute players. He was actually added to the team. Remember Tyler Shindo at the regionals? Kyle and I saw Tyler pitch. Yeah. He was an ambidextrous pitcher, and he was equally effective with both the left arm and the right arm. That one's beaten into the ground. Good play. Farner across the diamond for the first out. And he opted, instead of coming to Williamsport, to go try out for a United States national team. So Shindo had already committed to that before, again, we knew there was going to be a Little League series, and they felt obligated to that commitment. So Posse was added to replace Shindo.
That's a call you don't mind getting.
Huh?
Kamau Posse, that's a call you don't mind getting at all. Hey, pack your bags.
Yep.
You're actually going to join us in Williamsport.
The same Little League, too, had a home run derby participant. That'll be tomorrow. So they're doing it right in Honolulu.
Yes.
They only pick 8 across the country.
Here's Zane Soares. And the last of the substitute players for Hawaii. That one's high. After this, we're back to the top of the order for Bagoyo. Hawaii 2 hits, Michigan 3. It's been a well-pitched game. I thought we would have had more offense in this game, or at least contact on balls, but the pitchers Thorning and now Ferkus. And of course on the other side, Micah Bennett really good. Patak Young very good as well.
One swing's been the difference. One swing in the first inning,
right.
2-run shot. That's been enough till now.
2-2, a little high. So all sorts of options for Rick Thorning, the manager. You allow Ferkus to throw more than 20. You take him out prior to that, so he's available tomorrow. Kind of steered that one to go 3-2. They have Ethan Van Bell, Yulin Surma, Max LaForest, all have pitched at least 1 2/3 innings here in Williamsport. So they are very deep with pitching. And this is game 5 for this team from Michigan here in Williamsport. He got jammed and he stayed alive by fouling it off. Looking into whether, if Michigan hangs on, there's ever been a championship game in which 2 teams have each had at least, the loss, meaning you've been playing out of the elimination side forever. That's a walk. Now the tying run is aboard with 1 down, and top of the order, Zach Bagoyo coming up.
Shoo, be smart.
Lots to like about number 2 at the dish. 4'8", 72 pounds. His dad, of course, played here. First father and son to make it to Williamsport. Swings at that one. Strike 1. They have a dog named Harper, which is named after his favorite player, Bryce Harper. Atkins in right field. Thorning still loosening in center. Bagoyo just stuck his bat out and sent it to the screen.
Bagoyo get up to about 10 feet. His jump at second base makes great grabs. He's such a great athlete.
The 1-2, swing and a miss, and a big strikeout for Jacob Firkus. Everybody kind of thought, at least on the field, that was the third out. The scoreboard is wrong. We got a man on, and we've only seen 3 batters this inning. Now, the scoreboard's had a little issue today, technically. So the strikeout of Bagoyo, 2 down. And it's Patak Young. He reached on a single his first time up, and he fouls that off.
Yeah. Well, here's your answer about tomorrow. That pitch right there means that Jacob Firkus cannot pitch. You would think now they try to get him to finish this.
So, because the board's not working.
But again, multiple options for Michigan if they do play tomorrow. That's a little high. Good take by Patak Young. Good hitter, and Chauncey Atkins with all his speed in right field and Thorning in center, shallow against a kid that can absolutely hit one over their head. This is popped up, maybe playable. Surma going over. Oh, he makes the catch. Tough play. He stuck that big left paw up and just watched it go into that glove.
Our vantage point here, you get a pretty good look at that. And off the bat, it didn't look like the big Surm was going to be able to end up with this ball in his glove. Watch the reaction after he catches it. Into foul territory. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. That keeps it a 2-1 game as we go to the 6th.
The Little League World Series on ABC is presented by T-Mobile, the leader in 5G.
In the early runs of the game, Michigan scored off the bat of Cam Thorning. That was in the first inning. Zeros after that. They have 2 runs, 3 hits, and an error. Hawaii, just 1 run on 2 hits. In a pitcher's duel, Thorning is coming to the plate now to lead off the top of the 6th inning. They'd love a little insurance if they can get it, and certainly the Little League World Series leader in home runs and RBIs can provide it with 1 swing. Takea Patak Young will deal with Thorning. The big Surm made that nice play at third base, and then Jacob Firkus. 3 home runs at the World Series, settling in. Got 1 to hit, popped it up, and look out, we got 3 converging, and good job. Takea Patak Young, the pitcher, makes the play.
Well, his reaction after catching it, that'll tell you everything you need to know, Jess.
I mean, this is one of those where you got a guy that's a foot taller than you, and you get him out. Well, look at the fist pump and the clap right after he makes that catch. He wanted to attack Cam Thorning, home run or not, he got the out.
Jackson Surma, the third baseman, lined out, and he struck out. Patak Young's been dynamite in relief. Ball just off, ball 1. Ryan Keanu, the big hitter for Hawaii, who's over at first base, will lead off the bottom of the 6th inning. Will it be just a 1-run deficit? On the inside corner, that's called a strike.
I love this pitch. I just love the location. It's something that is not easy for a pitcher to get inside on these Michigan hitters, and Patak Young made that look really easy.
Popped up. Let's see. He wants it again. He's calling off Keanu. Okay. It is the pitcher that catches it. But by the way, he was the kid that robbed the home run the other night. Like, he can catch. And he's made 2 out. Little League Sandlot Fun Days. Player-led, unstructured opportunity. Local Little League programs. Fun, relaxed activity for baseball and softball players like. The goal here, kids make the rules, the lineups, the calls. Give them the bats, balls, and field. Just let them go. Learn more today, littleleague.org/Sandlot Fun Days, all 1 word. Another pop up to the pitcher coming here from Firkus. What do we think?
I think a base hit. Firkus is due. Big bat, like he's been coming into this game. 24 swings, 23 times he's been able to make contact, foul it off. He's been quiet in this one.
Ooh, good pitch there. Swing and a miss. Love the pitcher that catches the baseball. I really like that idea.
Thank you.
He's an athlete. He plays all over the place, especially in Little League.
Yes.
We don't need to defer here. That's outside.
Normally, it's always, hey, there's a circle there for a reason. Don't leave it. Everyone else call them off. Not here at Little League. Times are the best athletes.
2 balls and a strike to Jacob Firkus. 2 down, top of the 6th. Michigan leading Hawaii 2-1, and this one on the ground, smartly played by Bagoyo. Backed up, took the big hop, and they get through the inning with Cam Thorning. When we come back, 3-4-5 for Hawaii. Last chance. This presentation of Little League World Series continues after this message and a word from our ABC stations. Eric Mosley and Doug Holmes directing this one today and producing it. Hawaii and Michigan with a winner to play OHIO. Sunday at 3 o'clock Eastern Time. And some of the South Dakota fans, they're getting set to head back to Sioux Falls. The Hill gets a year off. Hopefully next year it is full, crowded. We've got towels, chairs. Right now we go to the 6th inning. They are ready. They need a run here to keep this thing going. And they got their number 3 hitter, Ryan Keanu, up. The 3-4-5 today for Hawaii. 1 for 6. 4 strikeouts. Big chance to shine. We've got it all working on the side. First pitch, yes, and Keanu is like, why did I not swing there?
Struck out twice on fastballs above the letters.
Hard. You look down at Brandon Sardina, who's telling you, slow it down, calm down, and you're saying, I got 2 strikes. I can't. Oh, little high. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Great take. Super aggressive on the first 2. That's been the pitch. It's kind of been his Achilles heel. He takes it there with 2 strikes.
Ready again. Big swing, and he fouled that one off. That'll probably feel good for Ryan. He has struck out twice, so to even make a swing in which there's any contact, let's see what happens. Maybe a helper. Outfield very deep. Thorning right against the warning track.
Yes, he did!
He went, they say, and that is strike 3. 1 down. Rick Thorning on the sideline knows that's a huge out to get Keanu.
He's the only guy that has a home run on this Hawaiian team. I would prefer in a spot like this that would point down to first base. I think it's a lot easier for a first base umpire or third base umpire on a check swing to make that call. But as it was, the hands definitely started for Keanu. First out of the 6th, a strikeout.
Now it's Keikoa Painal, who's been so good in the field. Hitting 600, good hitter. Strike number 1. Boy, Jacob Firkus, big story of this one, on in relief. On a ground to short, Farner, 1 out away. And most of them raised their hands up to let everybody know we got 2 down. Last time they were in the semifinals in 2019, they lost to the eventual champion from Louisiana. Micah Bennett, last chance. Fouls that off. Ohio earlier today, the winner of the Tom Seaver Championship. And now the Hank Aaron Championship to be decided with Bennett at the plate, Firkus on the bump. Oh, that's outside. Ooh, that hit him. That hit him. And now down to first base goes Micah Bennett. Well, if Keanu's the only one that's homered, there's a bit of a sigh of relief on that Michigan side, but now you got the winning run coming to the plate.
Micah Bennett, credit
that
there.
pitch, we got to
Staying
locate that
there.
on the outer half.
Most
not
kids
in the
try to get
inside,
out of the
right?
way.
We got to locate in the outer half, so he thinks it's a fastball, right, and it comes back in, right? We got to be smart here. We got to make sure everybody's back. Hey, you just keep doing what you're doing. We're good, right? We got this. One more out. Let's do this. Hey, infield. You got to lay out. You got to lay out. Let's go. Let's go. Cameron! No doubles! No doubles!
Eli Iopa for the Honolulu Little League. Looks like Hawaii is considering maybe bringing in a runner for Bennett. And they will. It looks like Cade Nakama has stepped to the top step, and now he's going to enter the game as a special pinch runner. First game had all sorts of excitement in the bottom of the sixth. So does this one. Getting ahead of Eli Iopa. Takes his mask off. Most of the Hawaii kids have worn their masks throughout the course of this World Series. Puts it in his back pocket. And the 0-1. Jam shot, Firkus ahead of Eli. 0-2. Eli 2 for 7 coming into the game.
0-2. Play.
And big pitch, 0-2.
Ball.
A little high. Every one of the Michigan infielders were bouncing, thinking they had it. They are ready to bounce on that sideline. 1-2.
Ball.
Another one high, 2-2.
Cam Thorning out in center field. Each one of those, he starts to run in.
Every one of them.
He's ready.
That's better, that's it. The Taylor North Little League advances to the championship game. They beat Hawaii and exact revenge, the final 2-1. And they are the champions of the Hank Aaron bracket. Tip of the cap from the Michiganders to the kids from Hawaii, and they'll all get together. They're all leaving now to celebrate with some handshakes and some hugs.
Two really well-fought games. I mean, Hawaii got the first one and a 2-0 win with some spectacular defense, and Michigan gets the biggest one, 2-1. The big hit from Cam Thorning.
Yep.
You kind of felt like there was going to be a ton more offense. I mean, that was early, third batter of the game. He goes yard, and that'd be it for Michigan, but huge credit to Hawaii.
But Lucas Farner's phenomenal at shortstop. Their pitching was great. I don't think, what, 1 or 2 balls went by Ethan Van Bell. Not that there were a lot of base runners, but this is a well-drilled baseball team who have their sights set on a Little League World Series championship and then perhaps a Junior League World Championship.
Get it, Collie. He's looking the
Look at
way.
him go. Yes, he is.
They spent a lot of time together this summer. And Coach Thorning and Coach Hewlin got them playing their best baseball at the most important time. He described it as the granddaddy of them all, this Little League World Series.